Take a look at the crowd assembled here today to see this one. Hold on to your hats. Bar the door. This is going to be a brawl. We got two super heavyweights in there today. Scott Norton from the Pacific Northwest taking on the mysterious man from the Badlands of Colorado, Big Van Vader. Take a look at Scotty Norton. You don't think he's ready?
He's ready.
Ooh.
He's ready.
The intensity etched on the face of Big Scott Norton. Look at this.
Oh.
Vader summoning up the smoke and the fire and the power as he's set to go against Big Scott Norton here today. Look at this jam-packed arena. There's got to be 50, 60,000 people here today, and they're all waiting to see this one, as we are too.
I want you to do an investigative report, find out where that smoke comes from.
Well, I don't know. That's sure mysterious. He puts that thing down, and he could be 10 or 15 feet away from it, and it'll spew that smoke and that fire. It's just an awesome sight.
Big Van Vader.
Speaking of awesome sights, take a look at these two guys.
Oh. Scott Norton, a big return grudge match.
Something that started here on TV not too long ago.
We had it right here.
We're going to see if we can finish it here today. These two big boys sizing each other up. You know, that's an interesting thing about the World Superstars of Wrestling and the IWGP. So many different weight classes, Greg. We've got the super heavyweights, we've got the heavyweights, we got the middleweights, we got the junior heavyweights. Something for everybody. There's a lot of people out there that like that good, fast wrestling style that's supplied by the junior heavyweights. And then there's the types that like that big, brawling style of the super heavyweights. And this has got to be a super heavyweight matchup here today that everybody's going to be talking about for a long time to come.
Now, we've seen Big Van Vader without the mask before. I mean, is that a decision he makes on the way out or the night
I'm
before,
sure it is.
or what?
It plays into his decision of how he's going to take on a certain opponent. With the advantage of that mask now, Norton's not going to be able to tell when he's got the big man hurting. You're not being able to read the facial expressions that are displayed upon the face. And that's a big psychological advantage. Just standing toe-to-toe, laying heavy lumber, both these guys. Vader, with all the power he's got, can't get Norton off his feet until just then with that big body slam.
That'll be a strange feeling for these guys. Normally, they'll knock anybody over with one clubbing arm.
To see somebody you just nailed with everything you got standing there looking at you, it's got to be unnerving.
Look at that.
It's like two freight trains on the same track, Craig.
Opposite directions, and nobody knocked off the track.
The battle of the big man. Whoever survives this one today is going to be able to walk around saying, I'm the best big man in the wrestling business. I'll tell you that.
Van Vader, the reversal. Whipping into the corner, and then he really clocked Norton.
Look at this.
Up. Whoa.
Maybe a Samoan drop. Yes, indeed.
Whoa.
All that 450 pounds of Vader crashing down on the chest of Big Scott Norton. Got to knock the wind out of you.
Especially when you go over 400 pounds and you're hitting the canvas. That's
absolutely
major poundage there. Clothesline now.
Vader cranking up with that big right hand and lets it fly against the face of Scotty Norton. Vader now with a headbutt. And another. And Big Scott Norton a little bit on rubber leg street here. Norton into the ropes. And Vader with a powerful clothesline. Just mows him over. And the advantage thus far has to be Vader's.
All Van Vader. And when was the last time you said that? When Scott Norton was in the ring?
Not often, I'll tell you. Scotty Norton is as tough as they come, but he might be a little bit overmatched here today by the power and awesome strength of Vader. Vader outside now. This is where he's particularly dangerous.
Big club to the back of Scott Norton. Now another shot, this time to the face of Norton.
Vader just dumps him in unceremoniously. Vader now climbs back into the ring and stalking Scotty Norton. Norton in for the ride, and as he comes off, he's met again by a clothesline. Vader sets his victory. 1, 2.
No.
Only 2. I think it's still too early to be trying to pin this big Norton. You're going to have to wear him down, beat him up a little bit, which that guy right there is totally capable of doing, for sure. Big body slam. One arm by Vader. And a cover, but Norton able to get out.
Norton does not want to keep falling behind here. He could lose so much that he might not be able to muster an attack.
Vader now with that big old arm. He's got that arm barred. It only takes 1/20th of a minute, 3 seconds, and it's all over. You're talking about how fast it could be over. 1/20th of a minute, not a long time.
That was some quick math there. 1/20th of a minute. Quick.
I have the computer mind. IBM calls me for solutions. Vader now with that arm stretcher on Norton. And that big old leg draped over the head.
Continues to stretch the arm of Scott Norton.
But Norton, look at the power that he's pulling that arm right up.
Trying.
We had talked about it in weeks past about Norton being a former arm wrestling champion. And there you see a sample of that strength.
Norton trying to get out of that. And yes, he loosens up Van Vader. Battle of the Giants here, the world superstars of wrestling this week.
Heavy lumber being laid in there by Vader as again he goes to the head. And Norton's eyes rolling skyward. And Norton, though, comes off with a clothesline that's got Vader down for one of the few times today. And a big elbow.
Other elbow. Flash, Scott Norton.
Incredible the pace these two guys are setting. Is he able to get him up? Yes.
Yeah.
Big suplex administered by Scott Norton. Has Vader down and in a bad position. Vader able to get up after 2. Slow in getting up, though, is Vader.
Norton is signed on in a 6-man tag. We'll see him next week. That, of course...
I guarantee you next week he's going to be hurting from this one.
I'm just saying, if he gets out of this one alive, we'll see him next week.
Vader out there moving some furniture on the floor. A knee by Norton keeps Vader on the outside. I'm not so sure that was wise because all this time Vader's getting that strength back.
And you saw earlier when Norton was hit with a series of blows, how effective one on top of the other was for Big Van Vader.
Absolutely.
You don't want to give them any time in between.
Vader again trying to get in the ring, but Norton meets him and delivers a headbutt and another. And now grabs that mask. And is going to introduce him into that steel ring post.
Hello.
And Vader down on the outside of the ring, walking around. Look at that look in his eyes. Oh my goodness, that scares me, and I'm fearless.
Fearless, huh?
Fearless.
Big Van Vader back in. Norton sizing him up into the ropes.
Look out. Big clothesline. Has the big man down. Norton needs to jump on this guy, try to pin him here, but he doesn't.
Kind of strutting around the ring a little too much.
Big body slam coming as he gets Vader up and drops him. Tremendous feat of strength there. Norton going for the pin, unable to get it. Norton with a boot. Vader backs up into the corner and Norton right on top of him with chops and punches.
Well, you see the size, just two huge men here in the WSW going at it. Big boot this time.
Norton ran right into that big old number 14 of Vader, and Vader just mows him down. Uh-oh. I hate to even think of what this is.
Oh, no.
Vader climbing to the top.
Vader on the top rope.
You don't see 450-pound men flying through the air every day, brother. Take a look at that. He looked like a 747 coming into LaGuardia.
Wow.
And a big splash. She's got him covered, but only for two is a powerhouse, Scotty Norton.
How'd Norton get out of that one?
Just sheer guts and strength. Norton now rolls to the outside, try to buy some extra time as the big man is up. And here he comes right outside after him. Stay loose, Craig, stay loose.
Watch out here. Scotty Norton and Van Vader takes the headbutt from Van Vader. Another one. Couple of shots to the head of Norton. What's he doing?
Vader opening up that gate to get a run here. Look at this.
Oh, no, Norton meets him.
They're right up, back up that aisle.
They're in the crowd. He's going after him in the crowd down the aisle. Look out. Norton knocked him down. Van Vader may have trouble making it back to the ring.
Boy, I'll tell you, when those two big men went up that aisle, those people scattered. You could get hurt by by having one of these guys fall on you out there.
Don't blame him. Yes, count out.
That's what it was. Vader unable to get back into the ring, and Scotty Norton gets the Duke here today. But I'm sure it's not the way Norton wanted. Norton wanted to beat this guy, pin him, or make him submit. But he's going to be happy getting out alive with a win here today on World Superstars of Wrestling.
On this day, it may have been the only way for Norton to emerge victorious. He does here in the WSW.